Okay, people, bear with me 1 second. I just need to share them with a few people because YouTube now has got such a special way now of just making you have to share your videos with everyone. Before you just clicked one link and it went everywhere. Now you have to literally go into your own videos and click. So let me just put that there. I hope you can hear me clearly. Share. There, put that there. Bang. There. And then share with 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There, good. Okay. So let's do this. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Online. This is the post-fight video for Dubois, Gorman, and Jennings versus Joyce. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button. Like us on Facebook, BWTM Online. Follow us on Instagram, BWTM Online. Follow us on Twitter, Bayloric World TV. Subscribe to us here, of course, on BWTM Online. And of course, check us out, www.bwtmonline.com. So here we go. This is the post fight for those two heavyweight fights. I think those people that were listening to the pre-fight, the previews for both of these fights, I think I would say the previews are more or less spot on, if I do say so myself. First fight, Jennings versus Joyce. Jennings, for me, I wanted to find out how, not physically he was, but mentally what his state was like. That's why I couldn't make a prediction for that fight. But I said Jennings would be Joyce, a very difficult fight for Joyce because Jennings had movement. He'd fought better boxers than Joyce, with faster hands and proven punching power are much higher level. Joyce in the fight, to me, as always, shows that he can throw lots of punches, bunches of punches. Doesn't care about defense. Will just keep coming forward and will eat punches all night long. And we more or less saw that in the fight with Joyce and Bryant Jennings. It was interesting. He was able to out-punch Bryant Jennings, but that's because Bryant Jennings is defensive first. He's more worried about getting hit and getting hit by silly punches. So his whole defense is based around, or his whole boxing plan is defensive responsibility. So that basically means I'll throw a punch here, I'll throw a punch there, I'll throw a punch here, I'll throw a punch there, I'll throw his punch here because this is going to land, I won't throw a punch here because that won't land. It's all well and good to come in the room and say, oh, Jennings got outworked. Well, if you really look at the fight and know you're boxing, if you really are critical of Joyce, a lot of those punches were on the arms and on the gloves. A lot of them were on arms and gloves, arms and gloves, arms and gloves. Yes, some punches got through to the body. But for the most part, Joyce's punches were hitting arms and gloves, arms and gloves, arms and gloves. All right? He just kept throwing the same punches over and over and over. Same combination, same. And how this guy was able to do that, his stamina is incredible. The man has got unreal stamina, unreal stamina. But his punches, for the most part, again, were wild. They were blocked, 80% of them. And I can't sit here and commentate and say things I don't see. I didn't see all these punches that Joyce was throwing landing. I didn't see them landing. You see, I score fights based on punches landed, not punches blocked, because there's an art in blocking as well. Defensive, slipping, blocking. There's, you're blocking, stopping shots, and then you're countering. If you go to the Olympics, and you score in Olympics or in amateur boxing, it's scored on a you hit, you land. You got this part of the body to hit. You get here, you hit here, you hit there, you hit here, you hit here. You get points for it. All right. So I don't know about Jennings was sparring in there, didn't he? That's a bit harsh. That's how Jennings fights. Jennings has always fought that way. He's always fought that way. He fought the same way in the Klitschko fight. But this guy's been knocked out now. This guy's been knocked out, and he knows he can be knocked out. The Ortiz fight, the Rivas fight, and he's come back off a knockout defeat to Rivas. So that was really good of Jennings to come back that way against a noted puncher who knocks people out. To come back and do what he did there was pretty interesting. Yeah, hit punches are legal. Hit punches are legal. Yeah, I'd say they're legal. They're not below the belt. Hit punches are legal. It's a good way. Good punch. Go back and watch the fight. That's how Jennings generally fights. So there was nothing Jennings did tonight. The other thing Jennings didn't do in the fight, I found he didn't throw the right uppercut enough. And that is his best punch. Apart from his left hook, his right uppercut is a punch he didn't throw a lot of. When he did throw it, he caught Joyce's attention. So Joyce outworked Jennings just by throwing lots more punches. So, yeah. Joyce was landing, Jennings was landing the cleaner shots, but not enough of them. And this has been a problem with Bryant Jennings. If you go back to my preview, what did I say in the preview? My biggest gripe about Bryant Jennings is that he doesn't throw enough punches. He doesn't throw enough punches. So, and that's where him and Evander just kind of like, that's where Evander just pulls streaks ahead of Jennings. Because Evander, he will, when he gets in the pocket, he'll land 3, 4, 5, 6 punches. But Jennings will land 1 or 2 and then tie up, or 1 and 2 and get away, you know. And against guys like Joyce, he's got 3, 4, 5 punches. Now, if that was Evander Holyfield in there against Joyce, it'll knock Joyce out because he'd been throwing 4 or 5 punches at a time, and he would have caught Joyce clean and still rolled out the way and throw shots. I suspect, you know, Joyce is a heavy puncher, but he showed me in the second half of the fight, he didn't look as effective as a puncher. I mean, Jennings would tell you, but he didn't seem as effective a puncher because there's a one point where Jennings was actually walking Joyce down to the rope, back against the ropes. So what happens in a fight like this? Yes, Joyce has shown he's got heart and he's got guts. But let me tell you something now. It's fights like that that produce the blueprints for a guy actually getting beat. People have had 12 rounds now to watch Joyce. That was the best thing that could happen to Joyce, and that was the worst thing that could happen to Joyce. Well, why is it the worst thing that could happen? Well, now everyone's seeing you fight over 12 rounds. We know now for 12 rounds, you can't mix it up. We know that as a fight gets on, yes, you keep throwing punches, but you're not as much of a powerful puncher as you were in the first half of the fight. So now, guys, you're in the room, 19 people in the room, smash the like button, please. Come on, give me a bit more love. 4 likes in the room is 19 people in the room. What is going on with you? Right, so I was saying, fighters now, as he's moving up into upper echelons of boxing, people will look and say, all right, so we know you can punch. We know in the first half of the fight, you punch very hard. Second half of the fight, your punching power is not the same. You do throw a lot of punches still, but it hasn't got the same. A lot of Joyce's punches as well. A lot of this, that stuff. No power there. That there. And so with that, it gives an impression that he's throwing a lot of punches, but he's not. It just looks like a lot of busy work. That's good for a referee. Actually, in the old school days, right, in the 80s, 90s, and going back, what fighters would do at the end of a round, the last 30 seconds, is when guys would start going, and that's how they try to catch the judge's scorecard. Finish big in the last 30 seconds, flurry, and then people would win on the judge's scorecard that way, when the judges wasn't as corrupt as they are today. Yeah, you still had your dodgy corruption, but it's not as bad, right? So that's something we need to think about as well. So Joyce has been, I don't want to use the word exposed, but he has. He has been exposed because that's 12 rounds against a guy that got knocked out by Oscar Rivas. Smaller guy, got knocked out by Oscar Rivas. Got knocked out by Luis Ortiz. All right? And Jennings came back off a knockout defeat. And if Jennings was a bit more ambitious and wasn't so defensively minded, we would have had a different fight in there. Let's imagine that was a Daniel Dubois in there, gunslinging in there with Joyce. Chin in the air. Things I will say, though, positives, apart from the engine and the heart and the determination and be able to push forward when you seem tired. Positives. Adam Booth, it seems apparent while watching Joe Joyce, he's throwing punches a lot faster. I don't know if he was punching with the same speed, power, but he was punching much faster. It was like watching Joe Joyce and somebody pushed a fast forward button. Because no, Joe Joyce is like George Foreman, but he picked the punches up. I know that Uncle Bashir said that Anthony Joshua, he saw Anthony Joshua as next George Foreman. But actually, I see Joe Joyce more like George Foreman. Why? Because he plugs the same, moves the same way. George will hit you like that, boom, on the right hand. He's got that same sort of plodding style. He's probably like the 2019 version of George Foreman, you know, all the things to it. Tall, big, intimidating, slow, you know, 1-2 through the middle. He's got it there. So Joe Joyce, I call the 2019 version of George Foreman. I said it. Yeah, I said it. So, because, you know, but one thing, Joyce, if I'm going to train Joyce, I'd give him the cross-arm defense. If I'm going to train Joe Joyce, I'd tell him watch more George Foreman fights. Establish that jab more, right? And when guys start to unloading you, tuck up like that. Just do the cross-arm defense like Foreman used to do. And then walk guys down. So, of course, Foreman had a better jab. I know that we're in 2019. Don't need to intend that George Foreman was what George Foreman did. I'm just giving you example and comparisons on the basis of what James Bashir said. Please, please, please. 21-year-old Foreman. Maybe, yeah, that Foreman. The Foreman that fought Ali, that Foreman that was going through knocking people out left, right, and centre because of his big punches. That Foreman I'm looking at. The same way you just come and throw punches at you. Yes, don't get caught up in all that stuff, please. I'm giving you an example. Move on from that. So the next thing we're talking about is Brian Jennings. Another fight where Brian Jennings has not taken it to that next level. It seems to me Brian Jennings is just going to be comfortable now doing what he does, getting the 12 rounds and not landing significant punches to win a fight. He's not throwing enough punches in a fight, and he's not throwing enough knockout punches in the fight to change the fight in his favor. So he didn't capitalize when he stiffened Joyce's legs with the left hook. He's not capitalizing on that. But I think Jennings will get another big fight for sure. I can see Jennings fighting the likes of Derek Chisora, Dillian White. I can see Jennings in those fights. I can see Jennings fighting Deontay Wilder somewhere down in the future. I can see Brian Jennings fighting Tyson Fury, top rank. I can see those fights happening. I could see Tyson Fury, Brian Jennings fighting a Gorman. I can see Brian Jennings fighting a Dubois. I can see those fights happening. I can see those fights happening because Jennings is like that. Jennings, journeyman? No, I don't know. I don't know where the idea of Jennings being a journeyman is. I don't understand that. You know, Jennings has just come off being knocked out by Rivas. Rivas is now fighting Dillian White. Dillian White is ranked #1 WBC fighter in the world. Not sure if he's a journeyman. I don't think he's a journeyman. And I think that kind of, I resent thoughts like that. He's not a journeyman. How can he be a journeyman? He's lost a couple of fights. He's a journeyman. It depends how high you rank Joe Joyce. Right? But I don't think he's a journeyman. So, yeah, Joyce is awful to watch. The crowd hated it. If you want to watch my breakdown for Joyce, Wilder versus Ortiz 2, please subscribe to the channel and watch the videos there. If you watch the fight based on the highlights, you would have Jennings winning 10 rounds to 2. Well, I don't know. I think Jennings had a good chance there. But, you know, I don't know. Jennings is one loss away from a journeyman. Well, I don't agree with that. I really don't. I don't agree with that crap because talk to me about Glenn Johnson. According to some of you guys in here, you would have given up on Bernard Hopkins when he lost his first fight. Really? You would have given up on Lennox Lewis when he got knocked out by Oliver McCall. Really? And he got knocked out again by Hasim Rahman. But then he went on and didn't he come back and he went and beat Mike Tyson and then went and fought for Vitaly Klitschko. Really? Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on, guys, talk about it. Gatekeeper. Oh my God, gatekeeper. All right, I don't know what gate you're keeping, because to me, the heavyweight division is not got that much depth to have gatekeepers in it. So I don't know what. I think you're listening to too much Sky. The gatekeeper is a guy that you say you've got to beat this guy to crack the top 10. But okay, how many guys in the top 10? How many guys are there in the top 10 that you really think are great fighters? The guys you talk about is really is Joshua, White, Fury, and Wilder. They're the 4 guys you talk about. And then there's everyone else afterwards. There's everyone else afterwards. That's how it goes. The top 4. Top 4. Lewis was scared to give Vitali a rematch, a Vitali rematch. And what is that relevant to do with this conversation? Absolutely nothing. Yo, Ingram, do you think Jennings missed the trick by not capitalizing on the early body shots that hurt Joyce? Absolutely, absolutely. But he must have felt something in Joyce that thought, you know what? Listen, I'm getting some luck with them body shots. I'm getting some body shots, but this guy hits a bit too hard, and I ain't looking to get knocked out by Joe Joyce. So, okay. So let's talk about, for Joyce, stay away from Daniel Dubois. Literally stay away from Daniel Dubois. Do not take that fight. Fights like Manuel Shah, the winner of Shah, Trevor Bryant, good fight. See that being a good fight for Joe Joyce. But where does Joe Joyce go from here? He's not going to get through the WBC route. Andy Ruiz fight with him going to happen. So I think Joe Joyce has to go down the European route and stick around there. A fight with him and Hughie Fury would be interesting. That'd be a good fight. I'd like to see Joe Joyce against Kubrat Pulev. That'd be a nice fight. That's the sort of fight I'd like to see him in next. Kubrat Pulev's jab may be key. Kubrat Pulev may be a bit much for Joe Joyce, but I think that's a good fight. Good fight. No, you would definitely not put Michael Hunt in there with Joe Joyce. Michael Hunt would absolutely... No, come on. Don't do that. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Let's not talk about it. Anyway, let's move on. The next fight. Daniel Dubois versus Nathan Gorman. Now, please do listen to me. When I did the breakdown for this fight, I said the guy that wins this fight is the guy that backs the other guy up and backs him to the ropes. Nathan Gorman from round 1, the first 30 seconds. Once I see a fighter dropping his hands like that and doing this, doing that against a guy who's a noted right-hand puncher, you are training to get knocked out. You are training to get knocked out. There are not a lot of teachers in the world of boxing. All that pad stuff, all that stuff. What did that do for Gorman tonight? What did that do tonight? Couldn't keep his left hand up enough. So if I'm training Nathan Gorman, we go old school. Get newspaper, put newspaper under his arm. Keep the left hand up there all the time. Cannot box like that. Especially against a guy who's got a right hand that's coming right over the top of you. And the adjustments, no adjustments were made for Gorman. From the first round to the 5th round, not an adjustment. Left hand kept dropping low. Left hand kept dropping low. In front of him. Scared to death of Dubois. Listen, I'm not here to rate or disrate trainers. I'm just saying to you what I saw. What I saw was no adjustment from round 1 to round 5 for Gorman. No adjustment. From the first 30 seconds, he's getting caught with the right hand over the top. At no point, a great trainer will say to you, listen, that right hand I'm seeing that right hand. Move away from the right hand. Take the right hand away from Dubois. You know Dubois' big punch is his right hand. Let's see him throw the left hook instead. Let's move away from the right hand. Let's slip the right hand. Under and away. Under and away. When he shoots the right hand, under and away. When he shoots the right hand, under and away. Left and right. You know, don't go straight back. Gorman was walking straight back to the ropes, doing this. Should have been when Dubois coming this way. Pop the jab and slip to the sides. or catch and shoot. When Dubois throwing his right hand, slip under, come back with the left hook. Didn't see Gorman do that. So right hand come, slip under, come back with the left hook. You know that he's going to shoot the right hand at you. So if you've got that there, okay, slip under, come back with the left hook. Try that. But I didn't see any of that. And when Gorman was throwing his punches, it's because he was terrified. The head was down here and throwing shots like this. Now, I'm not disrespecting Nathan Gorman for 1 second. Don't get me wrong here. But I think he was shocked. I think he was genuinely shocked at the physical strength and the power of Dubois. And I said it in the pre-fight. I said it about Dave Allen, what Dave Allen told me. He said to me, I sparred Joshua and I sparred Dubois. And when I sparred Dubois and he hit me with a jab, I was like, it. Every time the man hit me with a jab, my body physically shook. So I'm thinking to myself, that's Dave Allen. God only knows what's going to happen with Nathan Gorman. So, yeah, I can see Joyce against Gorman. And I don't think Gorman's going to do any better against Joyce. He won't do any better against Joyce. Because Joyce will steamroll him, go straight forward against him. So, as for Daniel Dubois now, what do you do with Daniel Dubois? I'd like to see Daniel Dubois face the loser of Dave Allen and David Price. That's a good fight. The loser of David Price and Dave Allen. I'd like him to see that fight. I'd like to see him take that fight next. And then I'd like to take Daniel Dubois to America against a decent guy, nothing too hot, just for the American public to see Daniel Dubois. I think that the American public will love Dubois more than they will have Anthony Joshua. I think Dubois will do very well in America. I really do. Understanding the American mindset, I think they'll love Dubois because he ain't about that show business. He ain't about that show business. He's about the business. He's about the business, right? And the way he conducts himself, he's about the business. He don't care about he's about the business. I think the Americans will love him. They will love Dubois. So, yeah. So, Joyce run through Gorman. He does. He does. That's why Frank will take that fight. I don't know why they took that fight. I do not know what in hell. I don't know who the matchmaker was for Gorman versus Dubois. It was a bad stylistic matchup from the start. Yeah, bro, Ingram, we already love Dubois. Thank you so much, Trap House. I appreciate that. From day one. From day one, the fight is announced and you've got a man dropping his hands like this. And I see someone else that wants to stay clear of Daniel Dubois is Hughie Fury. He needs to stay well clear of Daniel Dubois. You see Samuel Peter was catching with that overhand right as you kept coming in? No, sir. I don't think he's physically strong enough to keep off. I tell you what would be a cracking fight, actually. Daniel Dubois, Joseph Parker. That would be a great fight. That would be a great fight. Problem with Joseph Parker is that whether he'll fancy it or not, when Dubois clips him with a right hand. See, Dubois don't have a left hook, but Parker doesn't fight well backing up. Good fight. Yeah, I would not want to see Hughie Fury against Daniel Dubois. No, absolutely no chance. No way. No. No disrespect to Hughie. The jab's nice. The movement's nice. All that stuff is great. All that chucking and jiving, it's great. Using the jab, moving. Yeah, that's fantastic. But you see that left hand being here? And you see Dubois' right hand. You see what he just did to Gorman? You're playing with fire there. So you might chuck the jab and chuck the old right hand. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. You ain't quite ready for Tyson Fury. You ain't quite ready for Tyson Fury yet, because Tyson's a different kettle of fish. You see, the thing he has got the right style to beat Tyson Fury, though. Dubois. And this is what I mean. Not now, but he's got the right style to do it. For Tyson Fury, to beat a man like Tyson Fury, you've got to stay on him. Stay on him. Stay on him. We're following around the ring and stay on him. Stay on him. Stay. Don't allow him to move around the ring. And when he loses concentration, clap him. That's what you got to do, Tyson Fury. You got to stay on him like a harper shark. And like how Dubois thought there, he'll have to be a bit more finesse when he's fighting Fury. You'll have to use that jab more. You'll have to speed up that jab. But that right hand, it'll be a great fight. A great fight. And I know that's I can guarantee you now that is. Why do people want to call me in the middle of my own show, eh? What's this? EJ Boxing Live. Shout out to EJ Boxing Live. So yeah, so Chisora or Takam for Dubois. Good fight. Nah, I think Chisora will get backed up by Dubois. I've seen Chisora up close. I saw him sparring the damage that thumb, and it's too many miles on the clock for Chisora now, man. Too many miles on the clock. No, sir. No. I don't want to see that fight. That's going to end up bad. That could be a bad beating for Chisora. I don't want to see that fight. Don't want to see that fight. Joyce versus Chisora. If he beats Spilka, I still don't want to see the fight. Dillian White, Joe Joyce. Yeah, hell no. Not for Joe Joyce. No, sir. No. You don't want that fight because guess what? Dillian's got that left hook, and Joyce will walk onto that left hook. That's the best look you've got in the heavyweight division. So no chance. Sounds like Gorman was slurring in the post-fight interview. Dubois with Brazil. Oh boy, I don't want to see that either. Joyce just looks too slow against top 5. We'll see. The top 5 have got one problem with the juggernaut. That work rate. So unless they can chin him, unless they're prepared to take some power and they're able to maneuver around the ring in a certain way. See, Wilder's a different kind of speed altogether there. Dubois, Oscar Rivas. So let's see how Oscar Rivas does against Dillian White next week. Dangerous fight. Oh, by the way, it's my birthday Monday, so you got to wish me a happy birthday. But yeah, let's see what else we've got here. Good work. Great for sure, but needs to get him against someone very live. Right. I'm going to finish this show off now, but before I finish, boxing is about styles. You see, styles make fights. And usually in a fight, there's a reason why one guy's been matched with the other. And I said, we got to look back at Dubois' amateur career and then Gorman's amateur career. That's why I went with Dubois. And then I said, I think Dubois is going to do something devastating tonight. And he did just that. He was devastating. He really was. Mr. Boxing Today. My man. Mr. Boxing Today. How you doing, brother? Thank you very much. I'm going to have a very good birthday indeed. How will Joyce AJ go? Happy birthday. Joyce AJ. AJ would do well against Joyce. AJ doesn't do well against swarmers. See, anybody swarm short, squat, compact, that swarms, AJ don't do well against. But guys that are tall and long, he's got a better chance of it. He's got a better chance. And Dubois is not a left hook puncher. He's not a left hook puncher. It's all right hand with Dubois. It's not left hook. He hasn't. If he can learn to turn over that left hook, woo, Lord. And yeah, so against Joyce hasn't got that left hook. So I believe that Joyce gets beat by Joshua. I do. Joyce gets beat by Joshua. Joyce has got that similar sort of dumping Brazil style about him. You know, tall, long, but he's got power and he's willing to have a go, but he's more likely to get knocked out by Joshua because he'll walk onto shots. So I think Joshua wins that fight. It's the short guys, low center of gravity, guys that, like, people are talking about Mike Tyson, Joshua. Are you crazy? Mike would be in with that. You think if Ruiz is giving Joshua them problems, right? Mike would be in on Joshua. Before he threw a jab, Mike would be in like that. And then he'd be letting his punches go. No, sir. No. Stop that Joshua Tyson talk. Stop it. So, yeah. Boxing's about for me, styles make fights. Gorman versus, oh God. How did AJ do against Tua? Knocked out by Tua. It get knocked out by Tua. Tua's got a left hook. Tua's best punch was the left hook. AJ's weakness is the left hook. And short center of gravity. AJ likes to engage. Tua with the left hook. AJ doesn't punch that hard off the back foot. Tua's going to be pushing AJ onto the back foot. Tua will be pushing AJ onto the back foot. No. Anybody's going to push AJ onto the back foot and force it back against the ropes, AJ's ineffective. If you like AJ to stand in the center of the ring and take center of the ring and set the jab and get the right hand going, yeah, AJ's fine. Yo, Ingram, would Dubois have beat AJ on tonight's performance? Don't know. Because again, Dubois is tall, right? And AJ's tall. And we're talking about professional boxing, not the sparring session, right? And if Dubois can force AJ back, then that brings up a different conversation. But he's not Dubois hasn't got catch and shoot. He's very basic upstairs. Dubois looked brilliant against a guy who, frankly, didn't do anything. So he didn't. He was too busy trying to stop himself getting knocked out. He was in survival mode. That's the truth he said. So Tommy Morrison's another one. Oh, Lord. Tommy Morrison, AJ. With that left hook. Oh, Lord. Any left hook gives Joshua problems. Usyk is a better boxer than AJ. Yeah, I know that. Right. What do I think of Yard Kovalev being official in Russia? I'm going with Yard by knockout. I've decided. I ain't messing around. Yard by KO. Why? Ask yourself one question. How the hell does a middleweight want to go up to light heavyweight and fight Kovalev? Something ain't right there. For a middleweight to want to go up to light heavyweight and fight for the WBO title? Come on. Yard by knockout. Let me tell you something. Yard hits harder than a lot of heavyweights. Take that from me. Thurman Pacquiao by KO. I'm going Pacquiao by KO. Thurman will be forced onto the back foot by Pacquiao. I can't see Thurman coming forward. And when he touches that left hand of Pacquiao, you see, I think Thurman's still rusty. And he's doing all he can to get him. You see him on the bike and all that sort of stuff. He's doing all he can. But activity is key. Pacquiao's been active. Thurman hasn't. And that stuff is key. Pacquiao looks sloppy against Broner. What you have to also understand is, and what you're not taking into consideration, who said that? Who said that sloppy? Who said he looked sloppy? Who is that? Is that Guerrero? Let me see. You got to remember, again, Pacquiao and Broner have both started their careers at lower weight divisions. So they were fought guys that are faster. Broner at lightweight, Pacquiao even lighter still. So that's something you need to take into consideration. 1. 2. Broner's pretty decent. Now, Thurman now is a big welterweight, stroke light middleweight. Different situation altogether. Thoughts on White Rivas? Guys, please subscribe to the channel and check out all the videos that are there. And also get across to BWTM Sports, our other channel. Please smash the like button, by the way. Smash the like button. Kill the haters, smash the like button. Go across to BWTM Sports. If you go across to BWTM Sports, I've done a series on AJ versus Ruiz, the rematch. And there's a couple of topics there. I think I've done about five video series so far. Check that out over there. Also check out my Dave Allen versus David Price prediction over there. And on this side, check out BWTM Sports, or BWTM Online, our sports section on our playlist of all the fights you're talking about at the moment. In our news channel, we're doing an Africa focus at the moment. We're getting a weekly show live from Nigeria. So that's one thing we're doing there. We just did a video from the Philippines. And we also did a video from Zambia. So we're not just doing boxing here. We do sports. We do entertainment. We've had former manager Destiny's Child on the channel. If you go further back, if you're a big boxing fan, we've had Keith Thurman on the channel before nobody started talking about Keith Thurman. We've had Terence Crawford. We still have the longest interviews with Terence Crawford on this channel. So go check it out. Loads of stuff on the channel as well. Ingram tells us Andy beats Joshua. Tells us Gorman gets KO'd by Dubois. Tells us White beats Parker. Sounds off his head. Gets them all right. Well, there we go. I'm going with Rivas to beat Dillian White. The only thing I'm concerned about is the eye of Rivas. The eye of Rivas. That's the only concern. Otherwise, I think Rivas has got it. Dillian White's been down, visited the canvas a few times beforehand. Rivas is compact, throws short punches. And, it's not Derek Chisora. Explosive. I don't like the fight. I didn't like the fight for Jennings, and I hate the fight for Dillian White. No. Excellent series, and please, people, subscribe to both channels. There's much history there. Think he stops GGG the third time Golovkin's Bloodharden rematch? Yes. AJ versus Tony. Don't know. Listen, Tony and AJ went to Tony and Sammy Peter went to war. So I think Tony beat Sammy Peter, didn't he? I'm not sure. Ingram is picking Yard over Kovalev. That LOL wouldn't be too quick to praise. Big up Ingram. Rivas is trouble for White. White is too long range, and Rivas can get in the pocket easily. That's what I'm saying. Haha! Didn't we all say that when he made a vid moaning of Ruiz fight, saying don't sleep on him versus AJ? I did. People laughed at me. GGG apparently doing strength and conditioning and nutrition training for the first time. So what? Who cares? Listen, how many world champions has GGG faced? Or full world champions? It's embarrassing. Don't talk about GGG. Don't talk about him. Unless he's prepared to fight Charlo. And by the way, let me just make a point about Charlo. I love the Charlo brothers, but I don't think they're special. I love the Charlo brothers, but I don't think they're special. I think they're good boxers, but they're not great. I think the other Charlo brother, Jamal, the other one, the middleweight, I prefer him to the younger one. But with him, I want to see when somebody really puts it in him what he does. I would love to see him fight Canelo. I would love to see him fight GGG. Although I think GGG would be tailor-made for Charlo. I'd love to see Charlo fight Canelo. I would love to see that fight. Love to see it. Archie Sharp looked good, but he looks like he don't have power. Okay. Ingram, thoughts on Hughie Fury? Think his performance was pretty poor against Ancient Peter. Can't see him going past European level. Too negative. Imagine him versus Wilder. Okay, well, I think what I said was I wanted to see Hughie be authoritative in the fight. Remember I said that in the fight. I Again, I think Hughie Fury's got one of the best jabs in world boxing. But I just wonder if, I don't know, but something's missing with Hughie Fury. I don't know what it is. What alarmed me was, you see them big right hands he was throwing? Boom! Boom! And Peter was walking through them. I'm like, dang. Damn. So there was like the power in Fury's punches weren't there. Like the right hand wasn't there. If Hughie Fury punched like Deontay Wilder, he would have knocked Wilder out and he would have knocked Peter out and it looked amazing. He lacks power and he lacks physical strength. Hughie Fury. He really does. That's my concern. Really concerned. Like I said, you know what? I'd like to see Daniel Dubois versus Samuel Peter. I'd pay to watch that. Even now. You all say he's ancient, yeah? All right. All you people say, oh yeah, Samuel Peter's ancient. All right, fine. You step in the ring and get hit on the chin by Samuel Peter. And watch yourself hit the canvas. If Hughie Fury did not have a good chin, he'd have got knocked out by Samuel Peter. I'm telling you now. If Hughie Fury did not have a good chin, if that was David Price in there, he would have got knocked out. If Hughie Fury didn't have a good chin, he would have got knocked out by Samuel Peter. Because some of the shots that Hughie Fury was walking onto by the ancient Samuel Peter would have knocked out off the heavyweight division. Telling you now. Telling you now. That was the scary Unex Sam Peter around yeah, it was. Yeah, exactly. Peter versus Hughie Fury. Any links to that fight? I like Hughie's fighting. Does Dubois beat Herkovich? I'm not overly sold by Herkovich. I'm really not. He's a good fighter. I'm not overly sold on him. And I'm not overly sold on him. You know, look, it just seems to me if a guy comes out of Eastern Europe, he can throw a few punches, he knocks a few guys out, suddenly he's the next superstar. No. Let me see Herkovich fight somebody of some talent that's going to punch him back in his face and let me see what Herkovich is about. Right? When Herkovich, and I'm not talking about Tom Little, when somebody punches Herkovich back in his face, who can punch himself back, then we'll talk about Herkovich. Yes, he looks talented, but I want somebody to punch Herkovich back in his face. Sick and tired of Herkovich. I'm sick and tired of hearing about Herkovich. Herkovich this, Herkovich that, Herkovich this. Now let's talk about Tony Yoka. Let's talk about his knockout win over Dimitrenko. Knocked him out in 3 rounds tonight in his comeback. Knocked out Dimitrenko. Let's see Herkovich versus Tony Yoka. Let's see that fight. Let's see Herkovich versus Michael Hunter. Let's watch that fight. Let's watch Herkovich versus Usyk. Let's talk about that fight. Let's see Herkovich fight somebody that I care about. Because Herkovich ain't fought anybody that I care about. He really hasn't. Trust me when I say this, Eastern Europeans coming. Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, they're coming. Yeah, but Eastern European fighters, for the most part, cannot fight on the inside. They can do that stuff from the outside and they're brilliant. You get here on an Eastern European fighter and start to panic to know what to do. Once you get on side here, it's because there's a lot of guys who don't know how to fight on the inside. That's why these Eastern European fighters look great. But back in the 80s and the 70s, these Eastern European fighters were getting beaten up. You'd be talking about them like the way you talk about them now. That's because the quality of the boxing has gone down. And you haven't got teachers in boxing now. You've got a lot of guys who do pad work, but don't know how to use a guy to double and triple with a jab, how to step inside, slip the jab, get inside and work. That stuff is missing. So I'm not caught up in all that. I'm not impressed. Herkovich, he's Eastern European. So what? Don't care. If you're going to talk about Herkovich, then talk about Wilder, a man that is knocking people out in the top 10. Talk about him, 9 defenses of the heavyweight champion of the world. I want Wilder to Herkovich and Wilder were sparring, actually. I watched that. That was quite interesting. That was quite interesting. I get you about Eastern Europeans' inside struggles, but they jab and their right hand is legit and can hold you. Yeah, right. Well, so could Klitschko. But what happened to Klitschko when he met a guy who could fight on the inside? What happened when he fought Corey Sanders, a big puncher who could get on the inside? What happened when he fought Sammy Peter, got dropped twice or 3 times? What happened when he fought Lamont Brewster, who could get on the inside? These guys are great if you let fight on the outside like that. You're dummy to stand on the outside. But if you get on side of these guys and you rough them up, like the same thing with the Lomachenko story. Oh, Lomachenko's amateur career. What did he do for him in the pros? He lost in his second fight against Salido. Oh, yeah, but that was a long time ago. That's the style you to beat Lomachenko. Step on his toes, get on the inside, have a dirty fight with him. Does Klitschko Sanders remind you of AJ Ruiz? No, it doesn't. Not in the slightest. Not really. Not really. No. Klitschko, Joshua was an accident waiting to happen. Klitschko's accident already happened with Ross Purty. Not caught up in it, right? Right. And everybody thinks I'm a racist. It's only black guys I'm interested in because I know some people get dumb like that. One of the guys I think will become light heavyweight champion of the world is Callum Johnson. I can't keep talking about that guy enough. That guy punches like a mule. He will go on to be a world champion if they match him right. If I tomorrow, if you gave me money to invest, I'd invest in Callum Johnson tomorrow. If you said, which fighter would you like to invest in the world tomorrow? Invest in Callum Johnson. Give me Callum Johnson. Give me Callum Johnson ahead of Anthony Yarde. Give me Callum Johnson. Give me Callum Johnson. Guy's got a two-fisted attack, good chin, good heart, can fight. Give me Callum Johnson. Johnson, I believe Wilder beats him too. However, I don't believe he's stiff though. Don't really bend at the waist. There's decent lateral movement. David Hayes' heavyweight reign was smoky mirrors. Yes, it was. Johnson is a huge punch. Yeah. True about Vlad. Poor inside, but I've seen a couple other names I won't mention yet from Europe who has some mean uppercuts on the inside. Yeah, against who though? Against who? Against who? And ahead of Buatsi, yes. 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 Give me Callum Johnson fit with a few fights. I back him against Buatsi. Easy. No question about it. Who has Buatsi been fighting? Half-dead opponents. Half-dead opponents. You wait until Buatsi fights somebody half-decent. You see what happens to him. You mark my words. Look at that whole matchroom stable. They give them half-dead opponents, and then when they fight somebody half-decent, they get beat. Watch. What the same thing that they did with Cheeseman, and they did with Ritson, and they did with all the other hype guys they talk about. What they do with Conor Ben, same garbage. Same garbage. What is next gen anyway? Somebody explain to me what next gen is. You get a next generation of fighters to speed up the process to then push them through into a European title fight or world title fight to get smashed to bits. What's the point of that? They don't know how to nurture fighters. They don't know how to nurture fighters. Look at Kell Brook. He was well on the way to world glory and fighting the best in the world and being one of the best welterweights in the world. They chucked him in against a bloody middleweight. Mismatch room. Hype room. Told you already. Don't listen. He's going to get knocked. Wait. I'm saying it. I'm telling you already. I tell you how it goes. Half decent guy. They'll do it. Ingram. Is Spence power overrated? Couldn't drop Mikey lightweight. Is Thurman's punching power overrated? Can't drop Palazzo 4 times. Thurman couldn't move him. Talk to me. I thought you'd go quiet on that one. We are in the fast track era. especially the Olympians. I agree with you, Mr. Boxing today. But there's a way and a way. The Hearns don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. They know money. They know accounts. They don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. They don't know boxing. You can blame them for Wilder versus Joshua. You can blame them flat out. Barry Hearn said it himself. Shelly Finkel and Deontay Wilder wanted the fight. And Joshua and his team did not want him until 2020 or 2021. Facts. Look it up on YouTube. Callum Johnson already KO'd in full by Bertibiev. How does yard rate? Stop. Bertibiev. I can't pronounce his name wrong. Beterbiev. Got it right. Beterbiev. Right. Stop. Just stop 1 second and think about what you're talking about. Callum Johnson had fought for 1 round against Buglioni, hadn't fought for a year, and then came back and fought against Beterbiev. Talk to me. And he drops Beterbiev. A year out the ring, no fights against one of the best light heavyweights in the world. Backs Beterbiev and drops him. Didn't have the fitness to do what he had to do to finish the fight off. See, don't know boxing. Next. Yard is allowed to be fast-tracked, but no one else is. No. Stop. Ruben, let's not talk boxing. We're on different levels. Let's not talk boxing. Let's talk about snooker or golf or darts. Don't talk boxing to me. Next. Great salesman, that is. I think Thurman and Spence Power both overrated. Keith is not one-punch power since shoulder injury, but Spence is also should be dropping Mikey. Maybe, but remember, when guys move up in weight, if you've not boxed before, it's difficult for you to understand this. But when you fought at lighter weights, right, punches are coming faster at you. Yeah? So you're seeing the punches coming. And as you move up in weights, you've had that eye-hand coordination. So the shots that... It's not the shots you see that knock you out. It's the shots you don't see that knock you out. So a lot of the shots that Spence was throwing, Mikey probably saw it and was always braced himself for it. It's a shot you don't see. So Spence didn't punch fast enough to catch Mikey to be able to knock him out. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Spence was too slow in the basis of Mikey being a lighter weight fighter. Remember, he came from, what, 2 weight divisions up? So that's always key. Callum Johnson with KO. Bivol, I think Ingram. No, I don't know. I think Bivol's the best light heavyweight in the world, personally. Based on his resume and who he's fought, Bivol's the best light heavyweight in the world. Consistent, regular. And, of course, Bivol's has been on BWTM. Check that interview out. Live, face-to-face with Bivol. Bivol's pretty average to me. Really? Average? Look at the guys for it. Look at the guys having a resume. Sullivan Barrera, Joe Smith, I think Jean Pascal. He's fought the who's who of the light heavyweight division, and he just moved up he's fought through the light heavyweights. How can you say he's average? Damn it. How many of those guys has Beterbiev fought? The only other guy that matches that is Kovalev. Come on, man. And Kovalev got beat by career super middleweight. A career super middleweight. And you're telling me Yard can't hurt Kovalev? Get the hell out of here, man. Beterbiev is not a beast. Beterbiev is not a beast. Another Eastern European stroke Canadian, right, who can fight in straight lines and fight forwards. But back this guy up, get on his chest, he's ineffective. That's why he got dropped, and he's got no defense. I don't know what you guys are watching. Sometimes I think it's just color you guys watch. I don't think you actually watch skill. It's like, he's white, he's right. No! Watch the skill level. What does he do when he gets backed up? Does he block? Can he block? Can he slip? Can he slip shots? How does he handle it when he goes against ropes? Can he fight off the ropes? Is he able to see? Is he able to capture shots and stuff? Let's talk boxing, man. Not colours of skin and parts of the world. Because, oh, Klitschko was an Eastern European, or Usyk's an Eastern European, certainly because Eastern European means good fighter. There's a lot of Eastern European fights. Ah, shit! God! Callum Jones was out for 7 months between the Buglioni fight and the Berturbia fight. Other closer to half a year than a full year. Thank you very much, sir. England, why would Canelo want to fight Kovalev? Is there something wrong with the Kovalev behind the scenes that Yard think Lard destroy him? Yeah, I think two things. Remember, you're short of memory again. Who beat Kovalev? The guy I told you would beat Kovalev. Another guy who cannot fight on the inside. I said, go back and look at my prediction for Kovalev Ward. I said, Ward's going to get inside of Kovalev and it'll be an early Christmas present for Ward. That's what he did. Tuck up tight, get close, get inside. But I'll tell you how I see Yard fighting Kovalev. By the tight guard, and he'll walk Kovalev down. And as Kovalev goes to throw the jab, shoot the jab, right hand's going to come over the top. Mark my words. You're going to shoot the jab, and it'll be a right hand combination. Right hand, left hook combination. Wait, I'm calling it here now. Hands up, walk Kovalev down, tight defense, walk Kovalev down, force Kovalev to throw the jab, bring the jab, and as the jab comes down, that right hand's going to get whipped over the top. Watch and see it. Watch and see it happen. I'm telling you now how it'll happen. And Kovalev's chin's not the greatest. If a career super middleweight who was not noted for being a big puncher, Andre Ward, can have Kovalev going, doing, rocking around, what is a big punching Anthony Yard going to do? Ooh, ouch. The only thing with this Yard fight against Kovalev, fighting in Russia, is how he handles the big occasion. Oh, here we go. Ward's elite level. Okay, so when Yard knocks out Kovalev, is he elite level? Stick by the garbage you talk now. Hold the crap you're talking now. If Ward is elite level now, and Yard goes out and knocks out, because Yard is a bigger puncher than Ward now. If Yard goes out and knocks out Kovalev, are you going to still call him elite? Or are you going to say he's an old man? Make your mind up now, yeah? Because I've got you on the chat now. I'm going to call you out afterwards to chat your shit now, and I'm going to pull you up about it afterwards. All right? Remember. Just remember that. Wait. Yard is more skilled than say it now. Hold on. Skilled. This is something that we have to look at a bit more, because Ward is very good at getting on the inside. Okay, and all you guys that are jumping on the Ward bandwagon now, most of you guys in this room were backing Ward to get knocked up by Kovalev. So don't come now and try telling me about Ward's skilled, because I see some of you guys in this room, and you chat beer rubbish. Because I know some of you I argued with. I told you Kovalev's getting knocked out. Kovalev's Eastern European. He's a big puncher. Same guys. Now you're chatting some different stuff. Ward's super skilled now. But before, Ward hadn't fought anybody, and he was a bum, and he was super middleweight, and he was too small, he didn't look good in his comeback. Now, you turn it around. I don't want to hear it. Stick where you are. Alvarez dropped 3 times, Kovalev, and Alvarez not even a hard puncher. Thank you very much, John Smith. Thank you very much, John Smith. Do you think Kovalev has lost his power in his last 2 fights? While drinking, boozing, gambling, he's there for the taking. I told you, Kovalev's not been the same fighter since Ward beat him. I tell you that. He's not been the same fighter. And he was always a bully boy in the amateurs anyway. And you're all talking about Kovalev now. I was the guy that talks about Kovalev when nobody was talking about Kovalev. Go back and look at my early predictions of Kovalev versus Cleverly. When a lot of you here were saying Cleverly's going to stop Kovalev, I said, listen, Cleverly will get stopped within a few rounds by this guy Kovalev. I think it's 3 rounds. How would Adonis Stevenson versus Kovalev have went in 2000? Stevenson would have knocked out Kovalev. Stevenson would have knocked out Kovalev. Stevenson would have knocked out Kovalev. I believe. Stevenson would have knocked out Kovalev. Because Kovalev doesn't listen to his trainer. Stevenson would have listened to his trainer. Did you see what Stevenson did to Chad Dawson? Chad Dawson. Okay. It's unknown. Yard hasn't fought anyone. We don't listen. Stop this. Stop. You even know boxing. You don't know boxing. I told people about Thurman, Usyk, Crawford. I told you Crawford's going to come and kick Burns' ass. Some people, you've got to take a chance and say, do you know boxing? Do you know if a guy's got the ability to do it? You can look at a guy and say, look, this guy's got skills and this guy ain't got skills. Stop just repeating what other people say. Oh, he's not fought at this level before. But let's look at the skill match. Let's look at the matchup. Let's look at the punching power. This guy's a puncher. This guy's not got a very good chin. The probability of this guy hitting this guy on the chin with a guy who's not got a very good chin against a guy who's got an excellent punching power, you know, there's a 75% chance that if he catches him on the chin, he's going to go over. That's how matchmaking is done. That's how matchmaking is done. Stevenson, I'm not going to go, it's not my business to talk too much about the Stevenson fight. But I'll tell you this much. Stevenson was in no way in the condition, fitness-wise, that he should have been when he fought that fight against Gavoski. Let me tell you that now, first-hand knowledge. Stevenson was not in the shape he should have been for that fight against Gavoski. It's not my business to reveal that. But I'm telling you, he was not in the shape he should have been. He was not. He wasn't even training the way he should have been training. Mark my words on that, and you can go and verify that. Check it yourself. Go do your research. I'm not doing it for you. So yeah, that tells you something about how powerful Stevenson even was when he wasn't even training the way he should have been training. So yeah, Ruben Guerrero, what is he saying now? Show, what's he saying? People say Beterbiev, Ergovic are unproven because they're not for anyone. But Yards give the props. You might be right in that. Just need to explain. Oh, okay. All right. Well, Herkovic and Beterbiev. Well, Beterbiev did fight somebody and he got put on his ass. That's Beterbiev. Beterbiev cannot fight backing up. But I said that to you from the start. Eastern European fighters in general cannot fight on the inside. That's a known fact. They cannot fight on the inside. And that's why James Toney was fighting against, what's his name? That's a perfect example. James Toney versus, I don't know, fight. Eastern European guy is fighting. And James Toney beat the brakes off of this Eastern European guy. And he was unbeaten at the time. I think he stopped him in 10 rounds. It was for the, I can't remember that. Jurov. Jurov was another one of them Eastern European guys. Can't fight on the inside. Tony slipping, sliding inside, coming over the top with right hands. End up knocking Jurov out. Now, Yard, I don't think he's got that problem about fighting on the inside. And as of yet, if you look at Yard, if you look at Yard and who's fought so far, nobody's even come close to causing any problems. So you can see there is a gap between what Yard does, who's faced, and you can see his levels above at least the guys he's fighting, which says, well, okay, you can see he's destroying the guys around him and doing it with relative ease. So we could say he's got maybe 1 or 2 more gears there, and he's not even coming out of first gear. You can see Yard's got gears to him. I can see Yard's got more gears to him. He's got more than 1 gear. He's got 2 or 3 gears there, Yard. And he's got different combinations. And I've seen him play with fighters and then go for the knockout. I think all light heavyweights are glass cannons, LOL. They all can bang, but they all get dropped. Light heavyweights, fantastic division. It is. It is indeed. It is. Right. I've got to get out of here now, people. I've talked for too damn long. And yeah, I'm talking for too long. Oh, wow. I'm just hearing news from my friend in Nigeria, my Nigerian correspondent. But check this out. You're not going to believe this. The top four indeed. I don't know a thing about boxing and I really watch it, but I support Anthony Joshua because he's part Nigerian. Check this. In fact, he flew into Nigeria today. Anthony Joshua is in Nigeria as we speak. Thank you so much, Peace, our African correspondent out there in Nigeria. Right, let me get the hell out of here. I've got lots to talk about. Denise Wards. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Much love to you, Denise. Thank you so much. Your support has been incredible. And yeah, Billy Justin's got buzzed by journeyman thoughts in group. I don't think Billy Joe Saunders has got any better. I think he's plateaued as a fighter. I don't think he's got any better. I don't think Tyson Fury's got any better. I think he's plateaued as well. Certain fighters, I think, plateaued. I think Thurman's plateaued. He's another one of those fighters that just at a level now. I don't think you're going to get any better. Joseph Parker, he's trained under the current trainer. He's plateaued. I think he's going to get any better. Hughie Fury, I think he's plateaued as well. I think he's at a certain level now at the moment. That's what I'm seeing. I could be wrong. Great show, Ingram. Love the passion and the commentary. Billy Joe Saunders overrated? No. But I do feel, I could be wrong, but I think Billy Joe Saunders has missed the boat. I just get this feeling he's missed the boat. I really do. Has Spence plateaued? We'll know in the short Porter fight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Thank you, Ruben. BWT has to be one of the best YouTube boxing channels there is. Well, it's not a YouTube boxing channel in terms of boxing alone. Check out the other stuff. We've got some really good content on the channel. Spence versus Porter, thoughts? And listen, Porter's another guy that don't change. Does same shit every fight. Same shit every fight. Same shit, rushing in. Listen, if Spence can step off and push Spence and push Porter back and force him onto the back foot, Spence has got the fight for me. We'll have to wait and see. Spence versus Crawford. It's a good fight. I just wonder if Crawford is physically strong enough to deal with Spence's physical strength. Corpse of Kell Brook versus Crawford. Not good. Spence getting walked down, easy work, B. Spence is going to get walked down by Porter. I don't think so somehow. No, I don't think so. Well, if Porter was that good, he would have been walking down Manny Pacquiao, right? It didn't sound like Manny Pacquiao was getting walked down by Spence in sparring. I could be wrong. Right, let me get the hell out of here. Again, like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, subscribe to us on YouTube, everything BWTM online. Please get into the YouTube channel. One more thing, please. If you're on YouTube and you're a big fan of James Ali Bashir, check out his Facebook page. Check it out, James Ali Bashir. Check it out on Facebook. Like it on Facebook. I'm out of here. Thank you all so much. This has been a pleasure to be doing boxing with you all tonight. I'm out. Take care. This has been BWTM Online. We're out. www.bwtmonline.com.